You're only a what if away from a great summer holiday. What if it's Aussie for travel? It's Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins.
Good morning. Welcome to the show. Hi, Kymba.
Hi.
Hey, girl.
How are you, kilt man?
I'm certainly kilted. That's for sure.
I love that you still are. This has been an entire week of you wearing the kilt. I got some lovely footage of you yesterday pumping gas at the petrol station.
Pumping gas. We were, we had too many places to go yesterday.
Can I ask a question,
in the
though?
kilt? Well, yeah.
Why, whenever I go to take a photo of you in the kilt, do you put your leg up and really wide apart like you're making it breezy up there?
No, I think it's just a stance that you have to adopt when you wear a kilt.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, whenever you're...
It's your Braveheart
yeah,
kind of...
I'm not always like that. I don't always do it, but certainly when I'm standing still, talking to people, doing something like pumping fuel into the car, I do need one leg up on something.
On the tyre.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that you're making the most of it. This is all, of course, because the Armidale Highland Gathering and the Perth Kilt Run is coming, celebrating Scottish culture, and it's brought to you by the City of Armidale, Sunday the 5th of October at Minnawarra Park. And also, too, if you go online, peteandkimber.com.au, you can score $250 to spend at the event. And you can go along and see lots of lovely people like Pete in their kilts.
It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. All right, so get along there.
So you may know Brigid Delaney's books, particularly from Wellmania, which was created into the Netflix series with Celeste Barber, which was brilliant. And there's a new book out called The Seeker and the Sage. It is out the 29th of September. And so we're going to talk to Brigid about it because it's going to be charged. I think it's going to be charged in our society.
What way? What do you mean?
Politically charged. It's all of the things. Good morning, Brigid.
Good morning, Kymba. How you going?
We're great. Now, I don't know if you can cover this off in an interview, really. The Seeker and the Sage, it's about how philosophy can help us stay grounded in today's exhausting, politically charged world. Now, we talk about this a fair bit on our show, always trying to find this sense of community and trying to work out how to do that. I mean, you've written it in a book. You probably can't summarise it in a radio interview, but what have you got?
I'll give it a go in a couple of sentences. I mean, basically what this book's saying is that ancient philosophers 2,000 years ago faced many of the same problems we face. They developed a philosophy of Stoicism, and it can really help you find a sense of calm and peace when events seem really overwhelming. And this book is about how to turn that into a community, how to kind of have a Stoic philosophy with your friendship group, in governance, all that sort of stuff. But it's a story of someone discovering the philosophy, so it's got a bit of fun to it as well.
Now, Brigid, I've got some questions around the Netflix series Wellmania with Celeste Barber because, you did write the book for that. It was turned into the series. Now, I thought it was a great series. Celeste did an excellent job. I was like, it was a wonderful story. I thought it was super relatable. And then we found out that it was not getting a second season. Now, does that come about because it requires you to write another book, or is it because they don't, it wasn't received as well as they'd hoped? Like, what's the background for you as the author?
What happened was a season 2 was in the works. It wasn't dependent on my book at all. The writers are so creative. They had their own storyline for the main character. You might remember at the end of the last series, Lorraine got hit by a car. Yeah. Like she kind of bounced off a bonnet. And there was a cliffhanger. Netflix pulled the plug sort of after the plotting had started. And I don't know the reason why. And, these things are kind of tightly guarded as to why things don't get renewed. It certainly wasn't because of the numbers, because it was a smash hit all over the world. And Celeste was incredible. And I get asked every week, what happened to Lorraine? Where was season 2 going to go? Is it coming back? I'm so sad. We're all pretty devastated it didn't get renewed.
When they create the show for that, Brigid, do you get a lot of creative license, or do the writers kind of roll with it and go, we're taking this and now we get to create whatever we want, or do you still get to say, hey, no, you're representing me here?
Initially, I mean, I was in writers' rooms for that show for 1 or 2 years. Like, I was in it for a long time, and at a certain point, I had to, it became a different character. It became someone that started from me in my book, but then took on a life of her own. So I had to step back. Not always easy. It's like, it helped, though, that the character had a different name. I thought she was a bit nastier than me. I was like, I would never be so selfish.
Hey, Brigid, we've enjoyed talking to you this morning. The Seeker and the Sage is out the 29th of September. Thanks for spending some time with us and for answering those questions as well. We really appreciate it.
No, wonderful, guys. I really appreciate you guys taking an interest in books.
You and I spend a lot of time together. We just had a big old road trip yesterday.
How was that? We went
a couple of hours in the car.
Down to Mandurah.
Yeah, it's fun.
From where we are. Yeah, no, it was very nice. Did you enjoy yourself? Did you have a good time?
I love driving in your truck. There's nothing I love more than feeling like I'm in a semi-trailer on the road and knowing I'm just in an ordinary car.
Yeah, no, you're very welcome. It's all about the big tyres and the rims and the wheels and making it high. Unusually high as well. Like ladder.
Well, I do enjoy a road trip with you because we have a good chat and a good catch up and, because we get to hang out on the show every day, but it's nice just to be able to talk.
We actually do talk about
life,
all sorts of random things, our families, relationships, we are good mates. It is actually one of those things where when we have road trips like that and it's just you and I hanging out for a couple of hours, I actually really feel like, okay, no, we are good mates.
We are.
We've known each other for 18 years.
Such good mates that it's okay for me to take the mickey out of you in your kilt.
I bloody knew this was going somewhere. Right, okay, hit me.
Here's
Come
the
on.
thing.
I know I'm in this kilt.
No, as I said to you yesterday, I think that more men should rock kilts. I think they are cool. I reckon if you wear a kilt with like a Doc Marten or a cool kind of boot, that they're cool.
Do you think my high tops Converse are good enough?
What did you just say?
What? What's wrong with that?
Did I mishear you?
My high tops.
I don't think that's what you said.
What? What did I say? Producer Brooke, what did I say? Do I need a dump? Did I say something?
Move forward.
No, I need to know what I just said.
It's all right.
Wait, does this have something to do with this when I said Converse?
Yes. And anyway, you're wearing your cons.
No,
you had
I did not.
Your sneakers on. And I still think they were cool with your sneakers. I've put a video up of you at some of the Mandurah artwork that we found.
Kiss me.
Of you in your kilt. And I would like people to go and check it out. It's on our Instagram.
Mandurah's got delightful artwork, by the way.
Pete Kymba Ben is our handle. There was some great artwork from Sculptors by the Sea. That stuff was.
Right.
But I think you look great in it. And
Thank you.
trying to start a bit of a thing. I reckon that men should get on board this train.
Oh, you're not actually starting this, are you?
I'm just saying,
don't get me wrong. I'm all for.
Because you said people are going to look at me
kilt.
strange in the kilt while I'm getting fuel and and I'm like, I don't think they blink an eye.
You
I
think
don't
it's
even
nice?
think I think it looks good, and I don't think people notice otherwise. The women in the petrol station loved it.
No, the women in the petrol station were having a laugh at me because they could see you with the camera out while I was pumping fuel. That's what they were doing.
Well, look, I tell you what, if you are into kilts, then you should get yourself, of course, to the Armidale Highland Gathering and the Perth Kilt Run, because then you'll get to see a lot of that gear. Won't you? Everyone in their kilts. They're celebrating Scottish culture, and it's brought to you by the City of Armidale, Sunday the 5th of October at Minnewarra Park. And if you go to peteandkimber.com.au, you can score $250 to spend at the event.
Actually, come to think of it, those two ladies at the petrol station, one of them, when I put my card over and tapped, I think she gave me 15% off and then a little wink on the way out.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Kilts are where it's at.
Maybe there's something to it.
I'm going to tell you about this show that I just watched because I saw part 1 on Stan of the show Revealed Death Cap Murders.
Ooh.
Now, it is what you expect.
The mushroom trial?
It is. It's the Erin Patterson case where she was found guilty of killing 3 people and attempting to kill a 4th. And this is a little bit of the trailer for you.
Poisonous mushrooms have killed 3 people at a lunch with friends.
Local woman
Erin Patterson
has been arrested.
At the trial, the jury saw one version of the truth. We found another.
Holy
There's
interesting part of this story that meets the eye.
Who's behind it?
Stuff does get buried.
In the court, everyone's going crazy.
The whole thing just imploded.
What is the motive?
There's all these rumours.
Worldwide fascination. The story is yet to be told.
Ooh, as if there's going to be a person alive that isn't going to watch this over the school
Well, this
holidays.
is it. I couldn't help myself. I thought I'd better watch it because I also thought this is something that other people are going to try and go and see.
Yeah.
And I thought I'll give you the heads up. Now, so the story, part one, is pretty much covered by journalists, some of the first on the story. So, you know, some of the younger journalists who were like, oh, they were sent out and just sort of waiting outside her house going, maybe this is going to be a thing, but it's just a sad story. Let's find out where it's going, to it escalating into something very different and it becoming a worldwide media frenzy.
I still remember, you remember the day that we saw, I think it was the first part where she was standing in front of the car.
Yeah.
And so do they...
And she revealed heaps to the journalists and they talk all about that. They talk about how for the few days before, she was just sort of pulling into the driveway and wasn't talking to anyone, and she'd shut the gate behind her and she'd pull into her driveway and go into the house. And then one random day, she just pulled in and she didn't shut the gate.
Yeah.
As if it was almost an open invitation for them to come in. And
so the
journo stormed the driveway.
So that's what happened
and
there.
went down and started talking to her, and she just wouldn't stop talking.
Yeah.
She gave them way too much.
Yeah.
And they talk all about that. So like part one in this series, it covers the beginning of the investigation. It reveals some behind-the-scenes conversations from doctors, psychologists, local residents of Leongatha, the town where she lives.
So those are the residents who know her, and then they talk about, you know, the kind of person she is.
Yeah,
and
they talk to mushroom experts. They even interview former school friends and flatmates of Erin Patterson.
Oh, wow.
And talk about what kind of person she was to live with, what kind of behaviours they witnessed, that sort of stuff. Now, it's pretty interesting, and there were some things in there that I certainly haven't seen in the news yet. But here's the catch. There's 2 more episodes to come, and they're saying that they're going to be released sometime at the end of 2025.
I hate when they do that.
So I thought it was a weekly drop. I watched this when it first came out on the 14th. I went back to watch the next episode a couple of days ago and was like, why isn't it there? And when I looked it up, it says they're not releasing the following 2 eps.
I wonder if it's because there's still so much of this to play out.
Yeah,
like,
and look,
I know
and
where
it's
we're
pretty
up to with the trial.
complex, right? I think they were trying to jump on it as soon as they could.
Yeah.
But could probably only have the time to put the first ep together. But they are saying 2 more to come on Stan. But if you were going to sign up to Stan to see it, you're only going to get the first ep.
Okay. All right. That's
so
cool.
I'll let you know when the others drop.
So what's it called again?
It's called Revealed Death Cap Murders on Stan.
I don't know if you've been across this, but Jimmy Kimmel, one of the late night talk show hosts in the US, he's certainly one of my favourites. He's back on the air after a hiatus.
I've got to be honest, I didn't actually follow this story. You know, I don't really follow the political stuff. And so can you take me back to the beginning? I know he was taken off air because of something he said after Charlie Kirk was killed, and I don't know what that was.
Yeah, that's right. So this actually goes all the way back to July. So Stephen Colbert, who's another late night talk show host, he said something about Donald Trump. Donald Trump didn't like it. There's a bit of pressure going on behind the scenes with businesses merging that Donald's involved in, and Stephen Colbert came out and said, well, my show's being cancelled. Now, shortly after that, Donald went on his Truth Social platform, which is like his version of Twitter, and said, well, I can't wait for Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy Kimmel and everybody else, those no talented bums, to get cancelled as well. Charlie Kirk got assassinated, and then Jimmy Kimmel did a joke about it. Now, it wasn't a joke about Charlie Kirk. It was a joke about Donald Trump's response to what had happened. Right, that he did on the show. Shortly after that, Jimmy Kimmel was pulled off the air by Disney. But what has followed on from this is that a whole heap of Hollywood heavyweights, and in fact, just general people like you and me who have Disney subscriptions, and in particularly in the US, who are so scared of freedom of speech being taken away by the Trump administration, they've lobbied Disney. Now Jimmy Kimmel's back on the air. I think something crazy like 500 million subscriptions for Disney across the world were pulled.
Yeah, right.
All right, either that or $500 million worth, whatever.
Yep.
Anyway, Probably the most anticipated talk show monologue in history happened overnight, and that was Jimmy Kimmel coming back on.
Because he has to address it,
He's got to address it. And he did address it. He said so many incredible things. He got emotional throughout it as well. But, you know, he made this very important point that kind of put an umbrella over his entire speech.
This show is not important. What is important is that we get to live in a country that allows us to have a show like this.
So that was kind of the theme, you know, this whole idea of free speech and we're not going to let him win and all of that sort of stuff. He did address the comments that he made when he actually did that initial Charlie Kirk joke.
But I do want to make something clear because it's important to me as a human, and that is, you understand that it was never my intention to make light of the murder of a young man. I don't...
My heart broke watching him.
Well, because he's a comedian, and this is also like it's their job to make jokes, and people should know the difference between separate and be able to separate that.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I don't know if you've seen Charlie Kirk's partner, and when she actually addressed everybody at the funeral, at the memorial service.
No.
One of the things that she did was she forgave the shooter.
Right.
That was one of the first things she did. Jimmy grabbed that and he used it to express how, you know, he feels that this is really where we all sort of need to get back to, right? It was an incredible moment.
Erica Kirk forgave the man who shot her husband. She forgave him. That is an example we should follow. If you believe in the teachings of Jesus as I do, there it was. That's it. A selfless act of grace, forgiveness from a grieving widow. It touched me deeply. And I hope it touches many. And if there's anything we should take from this tragedy to carry forward, I hope it can be that.
So it was a really well done, like it could have been terrible. You know what I mean? But it was really well done because he just got up there and he spoke from the heart.
I think anytime people want to see an apology from these people, they want to see something that feels real.
Yeah.
I'm sure that Trump has responded poorly, though. He wouldn't have said
he's
he would
responded.
have commented.
So he's gone on his Truth Social and he said, I can't believe ABC fake news gave Jimmy Kimmel his job back. ABC is one of the broadcasters that sends his show around the US. The White House was told by ABC that his show was cancelled. Something happened between then and now because his audience is gone. The talent was never there. Then he's gone on to say this threat. He said, I think we're going to test ABC out on this. Let's see how we do. Last time I went after them, they gave me $16 million. This one sounds even more lucrative. A true bunch of losers. Let Jimmy Kimmel rot in his bad ratings.
It's embarrassing that the president's even involved in these conversations.
This is the president of one of the most powerful countries in the world.
It
seems
is like
stunning.
The two things should not even be crossing at all.
Yeah.
It feels like a while since we've had a Dear Kymba. Don't leave me hanging, listeners. We love these. So you can send them to us on peteandkimba.com.au. Anything that you want advice on, and we'll throw it out to everyone and get some advice for you. Today's comes from, it's signed off, unhappy but hopeful.
Oh,
okay.
That immediately breaks my heart. Yeah, okay. Unhappy
Dear Kymba,
but hopeful.
I'll get straight to the point. I'm considering ending my marriage. I have this idea that it will be very civil and that we'll both be very adult about it, but the close friends I've told are giving me the advice that I still need to get my ducks in a row, as these things can turn sour very quickly. I've never done this before and I have no idea how to go about it, so I'm hoping if people have been in this position and have some advice, I would be very appreciative. Thanks, Kymba. Unhappy but hopeful.
Geez, wasn't joking when this person said I'm going to get straight to the point, were they?
Well, I suppose, you know, there's plenty of reasons people would end a marriage, but I suppose that's not the important part. If she's already, or I assume if that's where they're already at, then, you know, that's not why it's ending doesn't matter. It's just like, what do I need to do? What does getting your ducks in a row mean?
I suppose, to me, hearing that, I mean, you know, getting your ducks in a row for any sort of situation makes sense. But I reckon a lot of people, if they're ending amicably, might be sort of fooled into thinking that, look, this is all going very well in terms of the way this is ending. We both want this, so there's no real way this can turn sour, and they'd be wrong.
Yeah, I think love can turn to hate pretty quickly. But off the top of my head, the things that I think I'd be doing straight away is setting up a bank account. That's what I'd go and do. I'd set up a bank account. I'd change my passwords just in case they know some of my passwords. I'd work out a budget because I would need to know what my financial situation is moving forward and what my living arrangements are going to be and where I'm at. And I would list my assets and personal belongings that are important.
Yeah, but then I guess how far do you go? Like that thing at the end in particular, how far do you go with that? Like, you know, there are people out there listening to this. I suppose this is probably what we want from people's advice, right? Like if you've been through a situation like this before and whether or not you had your ducks in a row or didn't, what was it that you were or were not prepared for? You know, like when it came to splitting the house, for example, how did it get split?
Well, I guess,
or even like
no,
pets.
because
like,
that's
what if
down
this
the
person's
track,
got
though.
pets?
That's down the track. This is stuff where she's saying, how do I get my ducks in a row? I'm about to end my marriage. When you're talking about divorcing and separating and stuff and having the conversation with your partner, these are the things I think that they're saying, what do I have to do before I pull the pin?
Yeah, okay.
Right? This is when it hasn't been a conversation yet. What should I be getting set up so that I don't get any surprises or I'm not behind the eight ball, I think.
Yeah, all right, or better people out there than me to answer that question.
Well, 131060, if you've been in this situation, give us your thoughts because, what does it mean to get your ducks in a row? What should they be doing? I'm guessing, let's just go she, okay? I think it's a she.
We'll just go she. Everybody makes it there, by the way. We've got Perth Royal Show tickets. It's not every day for a reason, the Perth Royal Show. Tickets at perthroyalshow.com.au. But, of course, yes, please bring your great advice. We look forward to seeing your calls next. And there's plenty coming through, so we'll speak to you in a tick. Heavenly. Hi.
Good morning, guys.
Thank goodness you're there. Heavenly, you got your ducks in a row. What did you have to do?
I just, before I left, I made sure I was financially well off. So I was working full time at the time and made moves quietly. So only told those I really trusted and gave great emotional support. Not the ones that had anything bad to say, but they were just more empowering, if anything. And to have the conversation with your partner instead of everyone else first. Like, it seems like she hasn't told him she wants to leave, but she's gone to everyone else who's now given her all that bad advice.
And I think that is true. But, well, she hasn't got bad advice yet. It's just that they're sort of saying to her, hey, this could turn badly, get things ready. And I can understand why, because sometimes once you've told the partner, it's too late. Because if they overreact or if things go poorly from there, that's the kind of times you hear where people go, they cleared out my bank account.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to be ready, I think.
Joe, you have some advice. Welcome to the show.
Morning. Yeah, I think grass is not always greener on the other side, and I think we give up too easily sometimes. I reckon they should try counselling and talking it out and working things out before, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're not ready to give up the ghost. I think, and
I
they
don't
may
know their
have
circumstances. She hasn't said because she's just said, I'm going to get straight to the point. I'm going to end it.
Yeah.
I do agree, though, Joe. I think lots of people probably throw in the towel a bit soon and haven't worked on it. I'm going to assume they've done some sort of work and that's why she's on her way out. But how you going?
I can't pick up Catherine. Let's try Troy. No, I can't pick up Troy either. This is a shame because Catherine's been through this.
Yeah.
And Troy had some advice where he's seen it happen heaps and heaps of times.
And the lawyers are the ones who win in this situation, isn't it? But you do hear a lot of this where it gets too late and you're trying to employ them later down the track.
We've got a lawyer. We've got John Hammond at Hammond Legal. We can get in touch with him. Actually, you know what? Let's do that. Let's get in touch with him and get him on the show tomorrow and ask him some of these questions about this.
This time tomorrow, I'm sure John will be great with that. So let's chat to him this time tomorrow and find out more.
All right. By the way, all those people, Perth Royal Show tickets as well, just for making it to air on our show.
Being weird on this show is a badge of honour, and I know so because otherwise we wouldn't have had so many people tell us what makes them weird.
Isn't it great?
So many people have gone to our website, peteandkimber.com.au, to tell us what might make them weird, and they're a riot. We're having a good time.
What I love about this, though, in recent times is that we help them find their people.
Yeah.
So many things that feel weird when we pick them up for the first time, and then everybody's piling in afterwards going, no, I'll do this. You're not weird.
I don't want to go too soon on this one, but we're about to speak to Amanda, and it says, weird or not, cheese. Now, you know I love cheese. I'm thinking there's nothing weird about this. I'm already backing her in.
Let's find out. Hi, Amanda.
Hi, Pete and Kymba. I'm so excited to speak with you.
Oh, we're thrilled to have you, Amanda. Tell us what might make you weird.
Okay. Well, I eat, it only has to be Kraft Singles cheese, or, this cheese that are packeted in plastics, individually wrapped.
Oh, yeah, we know the ones.
I'm only referring to this kind of cheese. And I eat it with a lot of things. Like this obsession started when I was a kid. One of the things I do is I put cheese in my cereal with milk.
Whoa, hang on.
Yeah, whoa.
Okay, I was like, Kraft Singles is not my preferred cheese. It's, not the kind of cheese I was hoping for. But you saying you put it on everything was normal until you said cereal with milk.
Yeah.
What kind of cereal?
Oh, any kind. But the first one I tried was cornflakes, and then I fell in love with it. So I've done everything you can think of since. I even put it with Wheat Bix, with granola. It's really good with granola.
Amanda. So there's the other things we'll get to, combinations. But when you put it in the cereal, are you taking it out of the pack and then it goes in there as just the one layer, or do you break it up? How does it go in?
I break it up. It has to, if you're using one slice, depending on how much cereal you have in the bowl, you break it up into 9 squares, and they have to be even.
Okay, so you're doing proper cuts here. You're doing 2 cuts in each direction. Okay,
yes.
so you mix it up. It's not like you're just putting it. When I make cornflakes, I make a pretty low milk ratio, right? So there's a lot more cornflake than milk. But the cheese is just drowning in the milk? You're mixing it all in.
Yes, exactly.
Oh.
Yes.
What? Okay, I mean, I'm going to say, what else do you put cheese on? But I feel like, could there be anything more weird than cereal and milk? Is there anything else that is in that realm?
I put it in peanut butter sandwich.
Peanut butter and cheese?
Peanut butter and Kraft Single.
Peanut butter, yes, but that's like a whole Kraft. I've had it with durian.
With durian fruit?
I've also put it I've removed the cream in an Oreo and stacked a bunch of cheese and eaten it like that.
See, there are some of these, but I don't actually think that's a stretch.
No, come on, mate. Removing
bad.
the cream of an Oreo biscuit and putting cheese in it, it probably tastes fine, but it's more that how did Amanda get there?
Yeah, well, that's
how do you end up there?
I suppose once you just got to start trying, don't you?
Amanda, if you were to have people over, would you serve this to anyone?
No, and my family thinks this is weird. But
I mean, I can understand why. I feel like I don't know that we're going to have a lot of support outside of the weird camp here. But 131060, weigh in. Tell us whether you think Amanda is weird or not. Maybe you don't think it's weird. The cereal thing, I can't get my head around.
Yeah, me too. Okay, Amanda.
Peanut butter sandwich, I feel like I could manage.
Well, the peanut butter. So I've had peanut butter and ham, which my son. My son likes it, and I actually found the saltiness works really, really well. Okay. So I can see the cheese isn't a stretch. But
let's see.
Sit tight, Amanda. We got plenty of people calling, and we'll come back to find out whether or not they think you're a weirdo in a moment. Okay. Lyndall, is Amanda weird?
Yes.
Just to the point. Lyndall, what is the part that makes you feel like it's most weird?
Oh, adding the milk. I'd probably have it with just the cornflakes, but adding the milk.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's the milk part.
It's me, because the idea of once it's swimming around in the milk, even when it was on top for me, I felt like I could manage the idea of it, but it's swimming around in the milk.
It doesn't sound very Gouda, does it?
I like what you did. That's actually not bad. Julie.
I'll see myself out,
Thank
Julie.
you.
I'll see myself out.
Julie, is Amanda weird?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Is it any part of that you think you could manage?
Not in the cereal, no.
No.
I could handle it. I love cheese. I could handle it on the curry or something like that, but not in cereal. And how did she come up with that?
Yeah, this is the thing, right? It's quite a stretch. I mean, I guess we can ask Amanda, but because how do you get there? I think you just have to love the cheese so much.
I guess so.
That you just think, what else can it work in? I mean, she takes the cream out of Oreo biscuits and puts the cheese in the middle.
But I reckon you're...
No, that's not normal.
Yeah.
Welcome to our segment, Not Normal.
Adriana, hi. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Adriana, how do you sit with this? Are you a cheese person?
I love cheese. I'm obsessed with cheese. And I think cereal and cheese is something I would try. I'm going to try it when I get home today.
Oh, you're taking food tips from Amanda on this. And the Kraft singles as well, the plastic cheese, you're okay with that?
Yeah, I love all cheese.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So
you're
not
actually going
weird.
to try. Adriana, can I ask?
Oh, hang on. We'll go back
Can
to
we get Adriana back? These phones have been playing up. Adriana, what are you going to try when you go home? Is it going to be on the cereal or in the peanut butter sandwich or in the Oreo biscuit?
I might as well just try it all,
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
No, I agree with you.
I
'cause
didn't expect that.
well, there's entree, main and dessert there.
No, but I didn't think anyone would actually be keen on following her food tips. Okay, producers, can you try and call Amanda back?
Try calling Amanda back.
Amanda, hang up. If you can hear us, hang up. We're going to try and call you back because we need to discuss this further. And our phones are being really disagreeable.
This happens sometimes, guys. This is live radio. This is what happens. Occasionally, tech is poop. Now, all of those people, by the way, get themselves Perth Royal Show tickets.
Yeah, 4 tickets. And also you get to go on the ride, on our Power Surge ride. Oh. This is so disappointing.
This is so disappointing.
Okay, look.
Because we were going to tell Amanda that she's weird.
We're just going to lock it in, right? Amanda's weird, right?
She's so weird. Let's try one more time. You don't come onto this show to be told that you're weird, only to not hear it yourself.
Well, we don't want to call her weird behind her back. I think that's what it comes down to. You've got to be. This is forward facing.
She's there, Amanda.
Yeah.
You're a weirdo.
Not everyone agreed, though.
No, that's true. I mean, it seems like you've got a friend where you can invite them round for dinner and serve them this.
Yes, Oreo for appetizers.
Yeah, she seemed bang up for it.
Hey, that question, Amanda, that was floated before, do you remember the first time this happened? Was it an accident?
Were you a starving student? Was there nothing left in the house?
So I was home a lot. I was born and raised in Malaysia. So I was in Malaysia at the time, and we had cheese, and cheese was kind of a luxury for us at the time, Kraft singles cheese. So I got a little bored because, I'd have to figure out my lunches during that time. And so that's when it started. I thought, okay, let's try to zhuzh up this cereal and then Maggi noodles and then rice.
Nothing says luxury cereal like Kraft singles.
Did you say Maggi noodles?
Maggi noodles.
Well,
when I said Maggi, people here say Maggi, and then when I say Maggi,
no, just the whole point of putting it on 2-minute noodles as well. That actually sounds pretty tasty to me.
Well, Amanda, it's been a pleasure and a delight talking to you. Thank you for coming forward. We present you with this beautiful badge that yes, you are weird.
Thank you.
No worries, mate.
Wear it with pride. Now, Pete, yesterday I said to you, I want to launch a new segment. And I said, I want to call this segment, The Humans Have Lost It. And it's just about humans basically being incapable of humaning properly. Just being stupid, whatever it is.
You did say to people who see some examples of this,
yes,
send us a text. We did get a few. We had a few people actually saying that we really enjoy the Humans Have Lost It segment.
Great, because I want to give it a proper segment opener and everything, which I'll build if I can get you across the line.
I love it.
Okay,
right.
Today's is remember 2 months ago when the whole Coldplay incident took place with
the CEO, the affair.
And it all went a bit like this.
Oh, look at these two. Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy. I'm not quite sure what to do. I hope we didn't do something bad. All right, okay.
So, a lot unfolded after that. I mean, Coldplay continued to do the kiss cam and gave warnings at future concerts because it blew up their marriages.
Yeah.
They were both married to different people.
We've got audio of that. Have a listen to this. It was crazy.
Kiss cam, that's what we're going to do. If you're not prepared to be on international news, please duck. I gotta rein this in. Here we go. Luckily, no one's filming, so that's great. How are you doing? Nice to see you, though.
That was so good.
Now, you know, we all had a laugh. It became memes. It was all a thing. But at the bottom of all of that were a couple of families who were pretty destroyed.
Yeah.
Okay, right?
Yeah.
Because everyone went, oh, my God, they're having an affair. She worked for him. She lost her job. He lost his job.
There was even like the news that the other woman that was caught in the camera over on the right-hand side was a co-worker. But like there was a lot of fake news to come with it as well. So that ended up never being a co-worker in the end.
So all their lives were pretty changed by that event, especially and worldwide, which no one was expecting. But now a source has come forward and said what happened was totally unreasonable because the two of them were never having an affair. They're just friends.
You're joking.
The humans
This
have
entire
lost
time.
it. There's no way that those two were not having an affair, right? This is how the source this is what they've said. Kristen and Andy had an excellent working relationship, a great friendship. There was no affair. Now, Pete, I'm going to say, like, you and I have an excellent working relationship.
Yeah,
we have a great friendship. There's no way that I would be at a concert with you standing behind me with your arms wrapped around my waist, enjoying a song together.
And look, the other thing as well.
And
like,
if that was normal for us, we wouldn't have ducked and hidden and been weird about it.
that's what gets me. And I thought we'd heard from other members of their families coming out and talking about it, or at the very least, if they were just friends and this was totally normal, I would have expected to have heard that.
No,
from the families. You know what I mean?
No,
like, going, no,
apparently,
they're just mates. It's fine.
Apparently, it's unfathomable to witness what has happened and how devastating this could be for their entire families. And then this person said, all I can think of is this could happen to any of us at any time. And that this misinformation has been mind-blowing to witness. I'll tell you who it doesn't happen to.
Who?
People who aren't cuddling at gigs with their co-workers.
The humans have lost it.
The humans have lost
This
it.
segment continues to deliver. All right?
I'm honestly
keep bringing it
ridiculous.
back. Keep bringing it back. Now, we, a little while ago, spoke with Amanda. Now, Amanda was telling us what made her weird in our segment, Weird or Not, and that is that she puts cheese on just about everything, including cereal. Hi, Amanda.
Hi, Pete and Kymba. I'm so excited to speak with you.
Oh, we're thrilled to have you, Amanda. Tell us what might make you weird.
Okay. Well, I eat, it only has to be Kraft Singles cheese, or, this cheese that are packeted in plastics, individually wrapped.
Oh, yeah, we know the ones.
I'm only referring to this kind of cheese. And I eat it with a lot of things. Like this obsession started when I was a kid. One of the things I do is like I put cheese in my cereal with milk.
Whoa, hang on.
Yeah, whoa.
Okay, I was like, Kraft Singles is not my preferred cheese. Like, it's, not the kind of cheese I was hoping for. But you saying you put it on everything was normal until you said cereal with milk.
Yeah.
What kind of cereal?
Oh, any kind. But the first one I tried was cornflakes, and then I fell in love with it. So I've done everything you can think of since. Like, I even put it with Wheat Bix, with granola.
Yeah, it was a lot, wasn't it? I mean, it was decided she was weird. There was no question that she was weird. But our producers have gone, you know what would be a great idea is making you guys try it before you knock it, really.
Yeah, and I'm all for that. And I think,
you might have been for it until I saw these 9 pieces of Kraft Singles cut up onto a bowl of cornflakes.
I don't think it's that bad.
Something looks wrong.
No, I actually think something looks quite right. We're filming this at the moment. We're going to pop it on our socials at Pete Kymba Ben. I actually don't think that looks that bad.
I'm just going to pour. Look, we've also got a peanut butter and cheese sandwich. I'm just pouring my milk on.
While you pour the milk, I'm going to try the peanut butter and cheese sandwich.
I've gone too much milk. But look, are you trying the sandwich? I don't reckon the sandwich will be as bad. Oh, gross. No one wants to hear that. Oh, why do you do so much? Like, one little bite would have been enough. What do you think? What's your review?
It's not bad. So it's fine enough to be eaten that way. It's not bad. Can you even taste the cheese in it? I don't know if I can even taste the cheese.
It's not even about the taste of the cheese. It's the texture of the whole sandwich. It turns the whole sandwich into glue.
No,
Why
it doesn't.
is everything in there the stickiest thing that's ever been in existence.
But that's all the things that are in there. Like peanut butter's sticky, the cheese is sticky, the bread is sticky.
That is the claggiest sandwich I think you could possibly make.
I don't think that's a big deal.
Oh, you should. Wait, Brooke's adding more milk to my bowl. Hang on a second.
Can we just talk about that? I know that we were meant to do let's do cereal and cheese and blah, blah, blah. One of the things that I actually want to talk about,
the sandwich isn't bad,
is the ridiculous amount of milk that you put into your cereal that I only found out about this morning. That's low tide in that bowl.
As it should be.
Why? No, you got to drown your cereal in milk.
How much milk do you end up tipping out at the end of your cereal?
I always drink it like it's soup.
Yeah, so you use too much.
No, I don't use too much.
Right.
I think that's the whole point of cereal, so you've still got something left over at the end to actually drink. So I'm pouring my milk into the bowl.
I'm going to go 2 pieces of cheese with my cornflakes.
Over
so
the
I'm
cheese.
Giving it a good go.
See, can I just show the camera right now? That's what your cereal's meant to look like. Maybe without the cheese, but it's meant to look like all of that cereal's in there. Like your cereal is floating.
You know what?
What?
It doesn't taste bad. Well, I think that the overwhelming sensation I'm having is that everything that you put with Kraft Singles just tastes like Kraft Singles. It makes all the other food completely redundant. The cornflakes don't exist. The milk doesn't exist. The bread and the peanut butter have vanished. Everything just becomes cheese. It's like the coriander of the dairy world.
Sorry.
What do you think?
I've got a cornflake stuck in the back of my throat.
What do you think?
I
don't taste anything but cheese.
I can taste the cheese. I think that's horrid.
Yeah, but you don't taste.
No,
you can't taste milk or cornflakes.
Yes, I can, and that's the problem. So I can taste all the things. Anyway, the thing here that we've revealed is not the cheese stuff. It's the fact that you're weird with the amount of milk that you put in your cereal.
No, that's
it's
normal.
insane.
Brooke's putting way too much.
I want to bring that back.
You're still going in for another mouthful, so I feel like you've committed.
You know
it's
I
the
can't
Pete
help
and
it.
Kymba show with Ben Cousins. If you think you might be weird, go to peteandkimba.com.au and tell us why you might be weird, and then our producers will put us through this test.
All right, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Gross.
Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins. 6 to 9 weekdays. You can't miss Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins, and you can't miss a great summer holiday with What If. With loads of accommodation options, plus flights, car hire and things to do. Book your trip on whatif.com or download the What If app today. What If? It's Aussie for travel.